This place raised me, man. A lot of love here. This is for Jersey. Though I came a long way on my journey, I'm always gonna represent Jersey. Say it many times and make sure that they heard me. Yo, I do this one for Jersey. I'm the best MC, I'm not here to convince. You probably reply to emails from the Nigerian prince if you thinking otherwise, but I'm not these other guys. I take a blanket statement and cover lies. New Jersey's just as live, anything else is dead, put it to bed. My favorite MC is still red. When Poor Righteous was teaching, I was a young boy who thought he fly. It was a stretch, but I thought I was trash from naughty by. To me, Skit Slam and Science of Life had the hardest tracks. I was influenced by outsiders and the artifacts. So many times we wait till somebody dies, but fuck that, here's your flowers while you alive. It's no debate much in my statement to my benefit. That's why I'm repping it like the Nets with drives and Petrovic. I'll never quit, keep the speaker, Rick, it's even deeper. I do this for Whitney, Lauren, and Queen Latifah. This is for Jersey. Though I came a long way on my journey, I'm always gonna represent Jersey. Say it many times and make sure that you heard me. Yo, I do this one for Jersey. Though I came a long way on my journey, I'm always gonna represent Jersey. Say it many times and make sure that they heard me. Yo, I do this one for Jersey. The way my story started wasn't likely. We moved from England to Jersey in 1990. And even though I wasn't born here as a baby, it's crazy lately I've been feeling that New Jersey made me. Where I'm from, some still sleep on me and ain't on the way. Even though I've been in foreign countries repping the Garden State. But I thought I always represented you. Some people just can't give out the credit when it is due. True, my competition waiting for me to go away. Might as well be Columbia House waiting for me to pay. Now it's well told, since young my soul felt old. I also felt bold, cause I can spit hot and melt gold. I rap Jersey, I can't really name the clubs, but ask me about the grease trucks or tasty subs. Before Walmart and Target, bought Simpson t-shirts from the Route 1 flea market. Now I'm killing every session and I'm steady repping. You can catch me going in grandma's on 27. Then off to NY, with stages I was killing. At New York shows, New Jersey was always in the building. Thinking this made you a minor, I get you open like a 24-hour diner. I symbolize the state like it's my birthright. This for every night I spent driving home on a turnpike. This is for Jersey. Though I came a long way on my journey, I'm always gonna represent Jersey. Say it many times and make sure that you heard me. Yo, I do this one for Jersey. Though I came a long way on my journey, I'm always gonna represent Jersey. Say it many times and make sure that they heard me. Yo, I do this one for Jersey. Yo, I do this one for Jersey. Yo, I do this one for Jersey.
Cymarshall, what's good?
My brother.
Yeah, what's good, Cy? How you?
Welcome. Yo, let me give you start you off right. A round of applause to the brother.
Oh man, you know, I don't know how deserving that is, brother, but I appreciate it.
Stop it. Yo.
Yes, sir.
I had to bring you in correctly because, yo, I gotta introduce you as top 10 people I know in the universe. Not planet Earth, the universe. The 10 personal, 10 personal top favorite people on planet Earth. My brother, Esmond Thomas, aka Wise. Yo, thank you for coming through, my brother.
Oh man, thank you, Cymarshall. I appreciate you. I want to thank you, Lord, because you always find some noble characteristic that you associate me with. You know, So I got some esteem issues, Law. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everything that you say. I appreciate you inviting me on. You know, but ultimately, you know, who I am and what I believe is that we're not truly who we're meant to be if we're not in complete alignment or attempting to be in complete alignment with God. So for me personally, until I'm disciplined enough to be obedient the way God needs me to be obedient, I'm gonna feel as though I don't deserve all the accolades you put on me, but I appreciate it. You know my heart. You know I'm a good person.
What? The fact that you're able to say that is why you deserve them to me. Like 100,000%, because a lot of people, they would just take it and be like, yo, thank you. Good. I am all these things, but you have enough insight, foresight to be like, to say what you said. And that's why I love you, man.
Right. Well, we had the ability to be all those things, but again, it's only one way to get to that, and that's through obedience, and discipline, which I lack.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Right.
But we're gonna get into it. So, I've been doing these interviews, and I've interviewed a few people, a couple famous people, this, that, and other. But I wanted to start really just doing interviews of people that I respect, people that I think highly of. I didn't really want there to be any prerequisite for someone I interviewed. I just wanted it to be like a real interesting, genuine, honest person, and you fit the bill. So for people that don't know you, to me, you're a friend. You're a father, you're a son, you're a king, Sagittarius, a all-around boss. But in your own words, for people who are not familiar with you, who are you? And what are you about, and what do you represent?
Yeah, man. I guess first and foremost, man, I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm everything that society says a man should be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a provider. I'm a protector. In my mind, I'm a warrior. You know what I mean? And I'm a soft-hearted person.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that. I've experienced, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record or keep going, because you know me, Law. It's not that I'm religious, but I gotta be real with you, and I gotta be real with myself.
Right.
I do feel like I'm a special individual.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like I'm a powerful individual.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be completely honest. I haven't prayed a prayer that hasn't been answered. So knowing and then seeing and witnessing the power of being obedient, because through obedience, you get power.
Mm-hmm.
You and the superheroes, you know what I mean? You are a superhero. You're a good person, but obedience has a lot to do with that,
Mm-hmm.
See, I know. Well, I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm not going to ramble and talk too much, because that's what's going to end up happening. But that's just me in a nutshell. I'm a father. I'm a provider, protector. And I fear God. I'm a God-fearing man.
Well, you hit on one of my favorite topics, and that's superheroes. And to me, you are a superhero, and the greatest power a superhero could have is the power of love. And to me, you project and exhibit that in all things you do at a high level. It's, again, one of my reasons why you're one of my favorite people. But tell me, what is the source of your power? Like, where does all that love come from?
So it comes from, see, I don't even. So I want to be honest. Yeah, because I'm a soft-hearted person. I like to actually think that I'm not as loving as some might believe me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to be painted as a picture that's not true. Mm-hmm. But I think it is because of my heart, like I said. But I'll be completely honest with you. I have a genuine fear for God. So we know God is love, right?
Right.
So if I got a genuine fear for love, I'm never going to want to present or represent myself in a way other than a way that's loving.
Right.
So in a nutshell, the source of my love comes from my fear of God.
Okay. Fair enough. I like that answer. It's an honest answer, and that's all I want.
Yes, sir.
So, in addition, you're one of the best dads I know, like the greatest dads. If there was a greatest dad award, I think I would give it to you. What is the greatest lesson you would say you could give to a young father out there just trying to find his way and trying to do his best?
It's really simple. Just do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just do the right thing. We have a natural ability to weed out right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The sins of the parents fall on the children. That's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me saying nothing biblical. That's me speaking from experience.
Mm-hmm.
Always do the right thing, and what that does is that trickles down to your children. If you're doing the right thing and you're being an example, nobody's perfect. Kids, they stray, sometimes. But if you do your best in doing the right thing, providing for your family, ultimately, through our children, we live forever. So, we want to further them. A father, the word is similar to further. So, in order for us to further our existence, it's done through our children.
Okay.
So we have to be the best for them. We got to do the right thing for them, so we can live forever. That's how we live forever, through our children.
So, tell me something. If you could go back in time and teach yourself something when you were like 16 years old, what advice would you give yourself? Like, think of yourself when you were 16 and the one piece of advice that you could have used to like made, the rest of your life easier. What would you tell yourself? And how would you make yourself listen? Would you even listen to yourself?
Well, yeah. So I would tell myself, or what would I? I'm sorry. Ask that question again, Law.
If you could go back in time and speak to yourself when you were 16 years old, what piece of advice would you give to yourself, and how would you make yourself listen?
Well, the one piece of advice I would give to myself is that the one piece of advice I would give to myself is to be mindful and watchful of the devil. I'm not talking about some devil down with a pitchfork with fire coming from his head.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the devil that's within. I'm talking about that which is in opposition to God that's within me. So what I would have told myself as a 16-year-old, don't smoke weed, don't drink alcohol, don't experiment with drugs, because all of those things allow the devil to creep in. Anything that's in opposition to God, it gives room for the devil to play around. So, I'm a self-claimed warrior. So, I'm good at fighting the devil, but we can prevent a lot of stuff that we go through just knowing that the devil exists. And there's a lot of forces and powers that are in place that try to prevent us from that understanding.
Yeah, I like that. I heard a quote the other day. I can't remember who said it, but the person said, don't enjoy your present so much that you destroy your future. And I have done certain things in my time as far as, burn it and drink, but I was just telling my own children the other day, like, although I may have enjoyed those things, I can't say that those things ever made me better. And I can't say those things while I was doing them ever led me to something great that I couldn't have done without them. But it only led me to places where I, was probably wasting my time. I might have been having fun, but in the full picture, it was to what you were saying. Like I gave myself the ability to destroy my future if I wasn't, paying attention. So I feel
exactly. Well, real quick, Law, I believe we have the ability to be a lot more closer to perfect than we give ourselves, credit for. And I think we're born perfect, but we take away, and we're born with that superpower, but we take away from it by the decisions we make, and by disobedience, not being disciplined. So yeah, that's what I would tell myself, man. Just just be what you're supposed to be. Just do the right thing.
Word. So I feel like to me, I know you're a humble dude, but from my perspective, from the outside looking in, you're clearly doing your thing, and your love for your beautiful children shine through in everything you do.
A lot of times parents, however, are exhausted because they give all of themselves to their children. How do you balance out time for yourself? Like, do you balance out time for yourself?
Well, yeah. So one of the characteristic flaws that I possess is, oh no, I'm not selfish. I'm far from selfish. I'm very giving, so that's not the right word. But so a person like me, what's the word that I want to use? You know, you mentioned the word boss earlier, so I mean that's the closest thing to, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Like I'm gonna always do what I want to do. So that doesn't necessarily include time for myself, but you know, being able to spend time with my family whenever I want, working from home, being able to see my kids go to school, this, that, and the other. For me, that is time for myself. I don't really need time like, oh, you know, I need time to myself. I'd rather be with somebody. Right. I don't like time to myself.
Gotcha.
But as far as balance is concerned, when you say the word balance, the only thing that comes to my mind is my wife. My wife is she's solid as a rock. So without her, there would be no balance in my life, you know, as far as when it comes to
give it up for that, you know what I'm saying? Let's give it up for that.
Absolutely. You know my wife, I got a solid one, you know.
Yes, sir. So, yes, sir. Give it up for that.
Yep.
Shout out Keisha, you know what I'm saying? But yo, dog, with everything you said though, you know, the last 2 years been crazy for everybody. How have you been keeping yourself mentally stable in check during the pandemic, my dude? Come on, like, how have you been, like,
well,
how are you like the superhero I think, and you just got this? Because I've been like having to do some things to keep myself in check, brother.
Yeah. So one thing, I'm really, to keep it a buck with you, I'm really out of this world. I know I am. You know what I mean?
I know you are too.
I'm trying to speak, you know. I mean, I know you want me to be as real, but Law, you know me, man. That shit, it doesn't necessarily play a part in my life. Believe it or not. Now people have, you know, loved ones have been impacted, this, that, and the other, but ultimately nothing happens without God's permission, right? And you know, I'm just as far as that stuff is concerned, I don't really get caught up too much in it, man. You know, my name means protected by God's grace, and I believe that wholeheartedly. And you know, and that goes for my family too. You know, if you look up the name Esmond, that's literally what it means. And that's just me, man. You know, nothing's gonna happen to me without God's permission. Nothing's gonna happen to my family without His permission. So I don't really get wrapped up in the politics and all. Am I vaccinated? Hell no. You know what I mean? My job just put the mandate on. So we're going to see is I'm a man of my word. When they say, okay, well, we got to let you go. Am I going to stand on my word, or am I going to be looking for another situation? It's really time for us to do something for ourselves. So more than likely, I'm going to test that water. I'm not letting them put nothing in me like that, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
That's where I stand on that. And they said I had COVID. I went a couple days. I couldn't taste nothing. I couldn't smell nothing. I was feeling perfectly fine, bro. No drippy nose, none of that. So and I'm diabetic. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, I'm gonna just keep my faith in God. I'm not keeping my faith in what they tell me in the news and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I can dig it. So yo, my dude, speaking of work, that's a good segue. You got me into my current career when I'm not, you know, hosting, writing a book, or being an MC. I'm a network engineer during the day, but you got me into that. One day, a chance meeting, I saw you. I don't know if you remember, but I was driving and I saw you and I hailed you up. And then I was like, yo, come through later. And you came through and you told me about network engineering. And, you know, years later, this is what I do. So, yo, it actually ended up changing the course of my life. And the way you explained it to me back then was you described it like a martial art. Can you explain to people what network engineering is and how it is similar to martial arts?
Yeah, well, network engineering is nothing more than building, maintaining and supporting a network. You and I, we do it for corporate America. A network is nothing more than a bunch of devices common to a corporation that need to communicate with one another. So we facilitate that connectivity. The internet is nothing more than a network. It's a public network, as opposed to us supporting and engineering a network for a private company.
Right.
You know, I compared it to martial arts law because technology is so fast, and what we do is so, there's a lot of intricate detail. There's a lot of different technologies. There's a lot of ways to accomplish one thing. So, you know, and we do a lot of troubleshooting. You know, we figure out a lot of stuff that's unknown. So just like in a fight, you know, you fighting for a minute, you might be getting your backside handed to you, but you start to learn. You say, okay, well, damn, every time I do this, he does this. So
Right.
it's the same way. It's the same way with technology. When you're trying to figure something out that you don't know, you got to try different things. You got to go through certain stuff. So it's really no difference. And everybody has their own style.
Right.
You might start at the physical layer. You know, there's 7 layers that we adhere to in networking that we use as like a key for certain segments of a network.
Right.
Just like a doctor uses a skeleton to identify certain parts of the anatomy, we use the different layers. You might start your troubleshooting at layer 1. I might start my troubleshooting at layer 3. It's kung fu. Like, let's see who get to the problem. Let's see who get to the resolution the fastest. Right. So that's why I see it's like a competitive thing. Me and you know, like I know law, me and you sitting side by side, we in the knock, and a problem come up. We both looking at it. I want to fix the shit before you do. So I got to use my kung fu to get it popping before you know what I mean? That's just a competitive nature in us as men, you know. So that's why I did that. Yeah, I said
you got to stay fluid, and there's always new techniques to learn.
Exactly.
Yo, would you advise a younger kid to get into network engineering?
Absolutely. I advise it. I encourage it. I support it. I help it. You know what I mean? You know, I'm always offering my support because, you know, that's the one thing that I have that I can give to somebody that could perhaps change the course of their life. Right. You know, law, not, you know, as far as financials are concerned, you know, that shit, the money is good. You know what I mean?
Money is good, baby.
The money is good. So of course, I would love to, you know, be of any assistance to any young man. You know, I've done it, and I'm gonna continue to do it. Yeah, I support that wholeheartedly. I promote that.
So, let me kind of switch topics. My dude, if you ruled the world, planet Earth, what would be the first 2 things you would change and why?
Well, the first thing I would change, law, is the first thing I would do is I would do something to put our people in position to heal. Because I think we've endured abuse and trauma that needs healing as a people. So I think I would do something to put us in position, because I think once something like that happens, that it's going to heal the whole world. Once we're in our proper state, I think, you know, it's going to be a lot of correction in the world. The second thing you know, I haven't really thought about it, Law. I know you sent me some questions. Unfortunately, you know, I didn't really have a chance to go through them and jot any stuff down like I wanted to. But the second thing that comes to mind is I would probably, like, human trafficking. The thought of that disgusts me. Like, the thought of somebody, you know, taking my child or taking my wife, my loved one, and then never seeing them again, and that it irks me. So I think I would do something as far as, you know, preventing that type of thing from happening, whether it be, you know, some harsh laws or, take advantage of some technology that we're not taking advantage of on that level. I would work in that direction.
All right, I hear that. So, different question. If you had the power to change the past, would you or would you not? Why or why not?
That's a good question. If I had to check up the power, well, emotionally speaking, yes, I would change the past. Logically speaking, I know nothing happens without God's permission. Nothing. So would I change what he ordained to be? No, but emotionally speaking, yeah, I would change our condition. Like, I feel, let me see. Yeah, man. So would I change the past? Let's put it like this. I would change things within myself. Like I mentioned earlier, there's some things I'd rather just be a square from day one. I would change the influences I was subject to. I would change the music that I love and listen to be honest with you.
Wait, stay there. What you mean that? What you mean by that? Like you wouldn't listen to hip hop?
Well, it's not that. It'd probably be a different kind of hip hop, right? So I love the music that represents a lot of shit that I'm against. So for me, that's hypocritical. Like I love gangster music, but I don't want black people killing each other. I respect warriors. You understand? I respect the youth. And I respect the fearlessness, but I don't respect the aim in which we present all of that. And a lot of our music, it exemplifies that. It perpetuates, black on black crime. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I love gangster music, man. I love that hip hop. So when I say that's because I was bred into that. I got older brothers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we subject to. That's what our society, you know what I'm saying? So I'm no different in that regard, man. I just, I'd rather just be 100% in love with my people, and against that type of foolery. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, man, I love that answer because I sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, I listen to gangster rap and I'm Mr. Positive and I don't always have a good reason why I listen to it. And the reason if someone asks me the reason why I tell them I listen to it is because I like all things genuine. And if I feel realness coming through the speaker, I'm attracted to that. However, just like you said, I don't sponsor that shit because I don't want our people killing each other. But
right. And it's a setup, Law. So back in the day we had KRS, right? So now the media, the system, whoever the powers are that be, they want us on that type of shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's genuine, but it's unfortunate, Yeah. And that's all. We know it ain't right. We not stupid. We not a dumb people. Mm-hmm. But we subject to shit, and it's powers that keep us, keep that shit going. I mean, we can get. I'm trying not to get off topic, but
No, man, it's all right. I just wanted to be a regular conversation because these type of conversations I feel like need to be heard more often. That's kind of why I wanted to talk to you, because these regular conversations, like a lot of times we look in the news and it's like real like plastic conversations and like the conversations you have like with your boys in the barbershop. That's what I want the people to see, because that's like the real authentic shit.
Right.
Yo, my dude. So hopefully you can be real honest with this one, because I want the real. Yo, what's the strangest thing that ever happened to you in your life that you could?
So back in the day, this was like right before my daughter was born. I think my first daughter, Keish was pregnant with Taylor, and then I had put some mint leaves in the blunt, right? So the mint leaves had the embalming fluid dipped on it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So look, watch Skit. Watch Law. So honestly, bro. So to answer your question, an outer body experience, right, was the strangest thing that happened to me, and
Yo.
I truly believe that out of body experience, it was nothing more than a conversation with God. And the reason why I say that is because when I was a kid, I went to schools for kids with behavior problems and shit like that. So my mom used to always say, only if you do what's right. Only if you do what's right. She used to say that. So when I had that experience, it was like I had a conversation with the creator, man. So this is me, you know what I mean? I don't, this is what I experience, And in that conversation, I was told to do what's right. In that conversation, I was told how life is a circle. And the circle of life is facilitated by doing right by your children and doing right by your kids. So that stuck with me. And I think, that's something that I never forget. And that's maybe because I am protected by God. And I'm looking at it like now, in hindsight, I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing. And God showed me his power and gave me a little taste of what it's like being disobedient to him. Because, Law, when it happened, I was scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I BS you not. I was scared to death.
Right.
So yeah, that's the strangest thing that ever happened to me, man.
Damn, dog. Thanks for sharing. That was pretty deep. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. You know me, Law. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You already know, man. I'm gonna try to be honest, man. And I don't really have too many secrets. So a lot of people know you, know me too. So we keep it a buck.
My dude. So as someone who just recently got up out of here, NJ to NC, I gotta ask you, what do you love most about New Jersey? Cause it gotta be something you love about New Jersey. But what also do you hate most about New Jersey? Like what were you happy to leave behind, but what were you upset you had to leave behind?
What I love about New Jersey is that it turns you into a Jersey makes you thorough. It's a lot of thoroughbreds in Jersey. Mm-hmm. If you can survive in New Jersey, you good anywhere else.
Right.
That's my true opinion. So what I miss about Jersey is absolutely nothing. Because I'm 46, so I am who I am. That's not going to change. It made me who I am. Mm-hmm. But I don't miss none of that though, because right now, you know what I'm saying, my income, you know what I'm saying, I got the Jersey income, but I'm living in North Carolina.
Right.
So I get to enjoy life a little bit more. If I were to immediately go back to New Jersey, I would enjoy life less. So I don't miss anything about New Jersey, to be completely honest with you. But I rep, that's my home. I love New Jersey, my family, my mother, my brother's there. But I wouldn't go back though.
I love that answer. I'll take it.
Yeah, just because of the straight. I'm 40, like I said, I'm 46. I'm ready to live a certain kind of life right now. Yeah. We've been making, you know what I'm saying? It's time to see what we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right up.
So, yo, let me ask you this. I know you said you've pretty much been an open book, but if you can think of anything, I mean something from you was like 7 years old, anything about you that happened to you, anything that people don't know, like give me some juice, something the fellas might not even know, my dude, something your wife might not, like a minute detail, anything about you that people might not know. Got to be something left.
There's probably a lot. So but then again, now, like I said, I'm an open book. Like as far as bad things are concerned, I've already expressed that since we've been talking.
No, I'm not talking about necessarily bad things. Anything like type of cereal. It could be a type of cereal you like that nobody knows about. Like anything.
You know, this is how I know our mental state, or maybe I'll speak for myself, is not where it should be. Because the first thing that comes to my mind is something negative. But and maybe because,
like anything.
Well, maybe because I'm so far from that type of activity, and I would never take anything from anyone. I wouldn't, under any circumstances. That's just not me. I've developed a fear for God that wouldn't allow me to do that. But you know, Sticky Fingers, right? Like that, you know, Sticky Fingers, the rapper. We take that term as being able to take stuff that wasn't yours, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even express that, but yeah, man, like, because a lot of people that know me now, when I was very nice at like boosting, like I could go into a store, like I was very, you know, I mean, I don't know, man, that's not what I want to present, but for some reason, that's what came to mind.
Hey, you're a different person in 2021. At some point in your life, you was the illest booster. It's okay, my dude.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I mean, Lord, yeah. I keep calling you your brother. You know, to the audience, his brother is my best friend, by the way. Yeah.
Word. So if you could pick any actor in the universe to play yourself in a movie, who would it be? And like why?
Forrest Whitaker.
And why?
Because from what I understand, so for a couple reasons. One, Forrest Whitaker, he doesn't really come across as a dangerous individual. But from what I understand, he's highly skilled in martial arts. Mm-hmm. He's obviously successful. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I would pick him. I like to think in my mind that I'm you know, I like to think I'm a thoroughbred. I could be, maybe I'm not. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to present that. Like I'm more like I'd rather you see what happens is when people don't automatically know your power, then they show and then not only do they not know your power, but you present a loving projection. Mm-hmm. You'll get to see you'll get to see people as they are. So mm-hmm. In other words, you'll find someone, you get to see people how genuine they are. Mm. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, like I'm nice. That's why I said like I really don't deserve too many accolades because, you know, one of my powers is manipulation. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how real you want this shit to be, but you know, I'm gonna make you think I'm weaker than I am. I'm gonna make you think I'm stupider than I am, dumber than I am. I'm gonna make you think I'm not aggressive as I can be. Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna show me your true intent. You're gonna show me if you really have my best interests at heart by not trying to play me like a fool, by not trying to take advantage of my kindness, and by not thinking you can get something from me, you know, in a way that's not right. Mm-hmm. So I do that purposely, mm-hmm. You know. In other words, I dumb down a lot, just to see where people are, and I do that for myself. It's something I do for protection, mm-hmm. because yeah. So I don't know if that answers your question, but
it does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. It does. It was a better answer than what I expected. A longer, better answer. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. No doubt.
And Forrest Whitaker caught me off guard too. Would you have him do something about his eye, like, or are you straight with like his eye?
Yeah. So that's another. So that question I looked at. I looked at all the questions. I just didn't have time to jot nothing down. So when you said that, so remember I said I deal with esteem issues, right? Uh-huh. And I also got a bad habit of concerning myself with what other people think. Mm. I'm so premeditated in my thoughts. I purposely picked Forrest Whitaker because he has flaws, and I have flaws. So yeah. But see, at the same time, his wife is bad. I'm good in my spot. You know what I mean? So I kind of like, you know what I mean? You already know what it is.
Yeah. I know what it is. Yo, if you could pick one musical group to make an album about your life, who would they be?
It could only be if you and your brother established a musical group.
Man.
Who else could it be?
You're right. I'll take that. We would do an ill album about your life, fam.
I appreciate it. Yeah, likewise. You had to let me get on the track too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look for that joint we did in England in 2006 and try to play it during the interview.
Okay, that's cool. Word.
Yo, so we've come to the lightning round. The lightning round is it's like I ask you one or two, and you just say one or two. Like you just try to give me a real short answer. Like.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Crew or solo?
Crew.
Act now or think and plan?
Think and plan.
Beef, chicken, or veggie patty?
Ooh.
Talking Jamaican.
Veggie patty.
Okay. Amethyst or emerald?
I don't know what amethyst means.
They're rocks. They're like
because I don't know what it looks like physically. I mean, I could look it up real quick. So because I know what an emerald is, I'm gonna go with emerald.
Okay. Martin or Will?
Martin or Will?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Wow. That, you know what? That's a hard question for me because sometimes Martin, I want to say Martin, but sometimes Martin be looking like he's suffering from some type of brain trauma. Like, yeah, like I don't know. People out recently, it's like maybe he, some, I don't know, bro. I don't want to say nothing negative. I don't want to say Will Smith. I'd rather say Martin, but if I had to say one or the other, I guess I'm gonna go with I wouldn't.
I'll give you an alternative, but you gotta answer this one.
Okay.
Jordan or LeBron?
LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron.
Spearmint or juicy fruit?
Juicy fruit.
Read the book or watch the movie?
Watch the movie.
All right, and then lastly, play basketball with Jet Li or play spades with Jackie Chan?
Spades with Jackie Chan.
Woo! Dope. Yo, my brother, we've come to an end of the interview. I truly appreciate you, man.
Yo, I appreciate you, brother. Word up, man. You already know, Law, go without saying.
Yo, thank you for coming through, my brother. This has been a great interview.
Cool.
Can't wait till the people watch it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, is there any last words or anything you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
Nah, man, I'm good. There's really nothing else. Just to try to make it the best out of this interview, I would offer a small bit of an advice, and that's to work on your discipline, man. If you want to get money, if you want to do something in life, the key to getting it done is discipline. That's it.
Thank you. I'll take that. My brother, Esmond Wise Thomas, thank you for coming through. Yo,
good
until
looking,
next
brother.
time. Peace, love, and positive energy.
Peace and love, brother.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right, Lord. Peace.
I stay true to the mission, won't back down, let them cause division. No, right. For the love of the future. I rap, like Red and Meth plays Chronic, so fuck your album of the year list if my name on it. Flow tightin', go fighting up next. It's Joe Biden, dope writing, gold mining, so shining, you broke biting. I poke knifing. Meanwhile, I'm the smoke climbing. It's so frightening, like I reached in the cloud and stole lightning. Focus eye, call just hold a fly with the coldest eye. Steady, ready for any beef. I'm Crease and Cobra Kai. Hip hop's alive and survive like a man's supposed to die. It's hard to do at the family barbecue. You still ain't roast inside. I still love her, so when she ring, I grab her calls, smash her walls, and make hip hop come like Niagara Falls. Slew and slay them, spit a great gem, then say amen. Take 10. I hate these rap niggas like Benzino hate M. So I'm coming for the throne, and I don't care what a bitch thought. When I come, we trade in places like Billy Ray and Winthorpe. As far as competition goes, no, I'm pretty set. The kid a threat, they can't do much with me like the stimmy check. Cursing at the carnival, life isn't fucking fair. To get me in the game, I had to climb up Rapunzel's hair. Everything I was giving you is too chicken to cock the heater. Got me eager, chip on my shoulder like a sloppy eater. Tried to flex on me, this the blowback. Know that, Avengers without Steve Rogers, that's no cap.
For my desire, I'm gonna dress up in black war attire, yeah. For the love of the future. I stay true to the mission. Won't back down, let them cause the vision.
Cymarshall, let's go. Yeah, I sit up there, they stare. The cape I wear, flap in the air, tackle your ear like wind chimes. Bend spines till they crack on my hands like crab legs, making them beg for mercy. Words be worthy, scholars